Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to our first lecture of the Linguistics series. In this series, we are going to explore one of the most interesting areas of linguistics, that is phonetics and phonology. In this lecture series, we are going to explore the difference between phonetics and phonology, three main branches of phonetics, and its main functions as well. So, before we begin, briefly discuss or understand what is linguistics. Actually, linguistics is the scientific study of a language. It tells us how language is formed, how it works, and how people use it to communicate. Linguistics, as you know, has several branches. For example, morphology is the study of word structure and formation of words. Syntax studies how words are arranged to form sentence. Semantics studies the meaning of words and sentences. And pragmatics, that is the study of language in communication. But before a word can have a meaning or a structure, it must exist as a sound. So that's why phonetics and phonology are considered as the foundation, are the core of linguistics. Now let's move towards the difference between phonetics and phonetics is the study of human speech sounds, and it is a study of how speech sounds are produced, transmitted and heard. And it basically focuses on the physical aspects of speech sounds. If you see at the example, by pronouncing the sound p, your lips come together and then release air. So phonetics explains exactly how that happens. On the other, the study of sound patterns in a language, it explains how speech sound functions and are organized to create meaning in a particular language. It tells us what sounds are in a language and how they combine to form words, and why certain phonetic features are important for identifying a word. For example, look at these words pin and bin. So only one sound changes, p becomes b, but the meaning changes completely. This is what phonology studies. Now, an overall overview of the difference between phonetics and phonology. We have already discussed it. Like phonetics studies the sounds of human speech in general, means it can be any language like Urdu, English, French, but phonology studies sound patterns within a specific language, right? So in this course we are dealing with English language, and we'll discuss the sound patterns within English language. Phonetics studies the physical aspects of speech sounds. On the other hand, phonology deals with the abstract rules, patterns, and systems of sounds in language. The branches of phonetics. There are three branches of phonetics: articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. So we will look at them one by one. Firstly, articulatory phonetics, that is concerned with the production, means how speech sounds are generated by the human vocal tract, in which the teeth, our lips, our tongue are involved. On the other hand, the acoustic phonetics, that deals with the transmission, means that the physical properties of speech sounds traveling through the air. It focuses on the intensity, frequency, and loudness of sound waves, right? And the last one is auditory phonetics, that deals with the perception, and it studies how the ear and brain receive and process speech sounds. So when someone speaks, our ears receive the sound and our brain interprets it. This process is studied in auditory phonetics, right? Now we'll move towards the function. Firstly, phonetics tells us how speech sounds can be classified. It can be classified into consonants and vowel sounds. So, vowel sounds are those which are produced without any obstruction in our vocal tract, and consonants are those which are produced with some sort of obstruction in our vocal tract. Right? So, in English language, there are 26 letters and 44 sounds. That's why English spelling and pronunciation are often. So one letter may have different sounds. Moreover, phonetic also tells us how each sound is described. Like in describing consonant sound, we are concerned with the place of articulation, means where exactly the mouth in the mouth is the airflow being blocked. The manner of articulation, how is the airflow being blocked, and voicing. Let's do a little activity. Place your hand gently on your throat, please. Now say s like in word snake. Do you feel any vibration? Probably not. Now say zzz. Do you feel any vibration? Yes, if your vocal cord vibrates, the sound is called voiced. If they do not vibrate, this is called voiceless or unvoiced. This is one of the easiest ways to identify voiced and voiceless sounds. So in case of vowels, we use two parameters with reference to the position of tongue, whether it is at the front or back of tongue, and whether it is closed or open, means it is near or away from the palate. Now toward our last topic. Now let's move to our final topic. You can see these words like though, through, through, cuff, tough. The spelling looks similar, OUGH, right? But the pronunciation changes. This shows that English spelling is not always reliable. That's why linguists use phonetic transcription. Now, what is transcription? It is the process of writing speech sounds into systematic and consistent way by using special symbols. Its basic principle is very simple. One symbol represents only one sound. The most widely used transcription system is called the International Phonetic Alphabet. Throughout this course, we will learn IPA symbols step by step. So don't worry if they seem difficult right now. They'll become much easier with practice. This was all about today's lecture. I hope this lecture helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz and see you in the next lecture inshallah.